Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Mr. Davey Squires.
Hello! Welcome to the Squires Station. I'm your host, Davey Squires. And this episode is presented by Area 67 Studios in beautiful Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio.
That was great.
Thank you. Thank you, Tyler. Thank you so much.
Lots of energy there.
Well, I don't even need to introduce you now.
Mm-hmm. You don't need to introduce me. You're not gonna introduce me to everybody.
What's your name?
What? My name. What's my name?
This is an interview.
Yeah.
This is your job interview. So what's your name? This is a test.
Tyler Irby. Earthling XO. Yeah. Is that the one? The name you want? That one?
Or
do you want my government name?
Your new name will be Tyler Earthling XO Irby.
Yeah, it's fine. It works.
Sweet. I think that this election
Was huge.
was tremendous.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, this is gonna come up because we have to talk about it. It's the first time I felt good in a long time about wearing red. I'll say that. Red was it was kind of a hectic color there for a while, I think. Kind of an angry color, so happy about that.
We're both wearing red.
Yeah.
This is really cool.
Celebration.
I do love this color coordination we had.
Dude, it was a psychic connection. We didn't even plan this. We didn't even
and the Vans too.
Are you wearing Vans?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, look at that. We are wearing Vans.
Yeah.
Excellent.
We're on par with the matching McGee over here.
Yeah, we're just mentally just in sync all the time. That's why we work so well together.
Well, I also like to say this water is provided by Mike, Nestle Pure Life. I guess we're switching it up. It was Dasani a couple weeks ago.
Oh, thank God you switched up, right?
Dasani, I don't know. What's better, Tyler, Nestle or Dasani?
Nestle. Well, if you think about Dasani, isn't it made by Coca-Cola? Is it Pepsi now? It's one of those two.
Nestle.
Whatever. Whoever.
Well, you can
whoever
look on
makes,
the bottle.
No, not Nestle. I'm talking about Dasani. I thought Dasani is either
Coke.
made by Coke. Yeah, that's okay.
Coke?
That's what I thought.
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming on.
Yeah, awesome. This is awesome. I love what you've done with the place. Well,
it's all Mike.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's the designer over here.
That's great. Why not have a studio themed after aliens? People will say why. I say why not? Why wouldn't you do that?
Yeah, you got to bring up the question. It's why not?
Yeah. Why aren't all studios doing that? I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I'd want all of them to do it. I think themes like this is a good theme.
Well, that was a good time to say this episode is also provided by Audio Technica.
Oh.
Right down the street, man.
Yeah.
A couple blocks down.
Good products, those guys.
Oh yeah. Their headphones are kick ass.
I didn't know they were local. Their microphones are amazing. I didn't know they were local for the longest time.
Yeah. Their microphones are underrated.
Yeah. And that's what I mean. They're very costly. I told you that blue mic I had, $40. All I paid
it's
for.
A steal.
It lasted years before I got the one I have now.
Oh yeah.
I have since converted to Shure 55. Sorry, Audio Technica. But seriously though, that Shure 55 is just mint. Mint.
Beautiful mint chocolate chip.
Fucking mint.
So how did you, are you still a punky type guy?
Is
this new? Is this Earthling XO? Is this a relatively new project of yours?
Yeah, I would say it's the first thing I ever released under Earthling XO was in January. And so it's relatively new. Before that I was in other punk bands and stuff, and I kind of wanted just to those guys, there was no dramatic fallout of the band or anything like that, anything weird. It was just everybody kind of got busy with their own lives. I wanted to keep making music. I decided I wanted to expand my horizons because I've been playing punk my whole life. And I just kind of got into the indie rock, sort of deal. Because I just think everything you do, indie is such a broad spectrum of sounds and just different, dynamics you can use. And so I just decided I wanted to expand my horizons, and I've been writing indie rock, and this is my project now. So
Yeah, and there's a lot you can do. You can label anything under indie if it's as long as it's
yeah,
indie.
right.
Like-
Pretty much.
like-
Yeah, like you can add the synthesizers, and that's indie. The acoustic music is indie. Like
Oh yeah, hell,
And,
you can even put some classical aspects in there too,
Right.
and call it indie. Like,
twinkly emo, it's like indie. Like
Yeah.
it's a Midwest indie. Yeah, for sure.
well, and I feel like too, everything is kind of a combination of genres these days, for the most part. I mean,
Yeah, well, because it's
yeah.
hard. Well, it's hard to like invent something new that doesn't sound terrible. I think that's a reasonable. I think that's
Yeah.
a reasonable. How do I say it? What's the word I'm looking for?
A
A reasonable statement to make.
Yeah,
Is
your
it you-
hypothesis.
A reasonable synopsis to make. Is
Yeah.
that if you, it's hard not to combine genres without either sounding really cookie cutter
Yeah,
or
stereotypical.
doing something too different that's just like not it. Like
Yeah.
I mean I actually recently started a playlist because I started getting a lot of streams, and I thought, hey, this would be cool to help out some other artists. So I put a new playlist on my artist page that people can follow when they follow me. And I've been trying to reach out to independent artists, putting on my Twitter like, hey, if anybody wants to be on this playlist, submit to me. And there's some stuff that really comes across. It's really good, and I'm really impressed with some of the stuff. But some of the other stuff, some stuff's not. It tries to be too different. It's just a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta find. There's a fine line between being too ingenious, I guess.
Yeah.
You gotta, you still gotta be if you wanna get hooked, have someone get hooked on your music. You gotta have that poppy element too, because like
Yeah.
they don't have straight up classical channels on FM radio.
No,
like-
not anymore. Not like you used to.
Yeah, it's like you have to have that pop element now because you want the plays and you want people to remember your song,
Yeah.
but you also don't want to be like cookie cutter, like
Yeah.
you-
forgetful. Right.
yeah, like a lot of pop songs are.
Yeah.
It's like
A lot. You can say that with a niche. I mean, like pop songs, yeah, sure, but like also, I mean, even the stuff like I kind of deviated away from listening to so much like punk and pop language because it's all starting to blend.
Yeah.
For me, and I don't know. I just like stuff that's like more different, stuff that I'm gonna remember.
like buzz cuts.
Yeah, like Oliver Tree.
Yeah.
He's so different, so weird, but I love it. Like I don't know. It's a good. I like stuff that you don't hear every day, you don't see every day, and it's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah.
I'm getting old,
You're getting old, man. What music were you growing up with?
So, I grew up on my parents' side with a lot of like classical rock, but also like the Zeppelins and the Doors and Tom Petty and but my in my youth when I was a teenager, I started getting into like the punk, like the pop punks, like the Screeching Weasel and Blink-182 and Weezer and Green Day and Newfound Glory, those kinds of bands. And that was my love for a long time, and I still do love those bands. Like I'll still jam out to those bands when they're on. I just don't. But I people will try to like. I have a friend who Craig. He tries to send me stuff all the time to listen to, but it's always like some of it's really good, but a lot of it's like, oh, check out this pop punk band, and it's like I forget them in 2 seconds after I listen.
Yeah.
To them. I don't know, like, and it's not that they're bad. Like I don't want to make this like a declaration of like, oh, pop punk sucks. No, that's not what the point. The point is that it's so like I hear it, I'm like, oh, that's pretty good, but then I forget who that band is, and I end up going like, oh, what was that band you showed me like forever? Because I don't. They sounded, it was good, but I don't,
I mean, yeah, it can be good, but if it sounds like every other
right
thing, it's like I don't know. Like I don't know. I don't listen to too much pop punk. If anything, I listen to more like classical,
right.
like late 70s, early 80s punk.
Mm-hmm.
But like like if it sounds the same, it's gonna be it's not gonna be memorable at all.
Yeah, definitely. And there's a point where like like if you get like a new age band, because like things are hard not to copy. So if you get like a newer age band that sounds like an older band, and they're, I think the front bottoms sound a lot like the B-52s vocally, like, and so, but you still remember the front bottoms because there's not a lot of bands that do what that style and what that kind of band does.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but when you get into these like a really broad genre, like a pop punk or like a pop music or something along those lines, or like even like country, like the modern country that's out now with the pop elements, it kind of just like those, because there's so much of it, it's so saturated, it just blends too much sometimes. So I try not to be too blendy when I make my new stuff.
As my great grandpappy once told me,
Yeah, your great grandpappy.
you gotta crack a couple eggs to make an omelet.
That's good advice. Sometimes you need to crack more than a couple.
Yeah. Like
Sometimes if you want, if you want like a super huge omelet, or as the president would say, a huge omelet, you need you need like 31 eggs cracked.
Yeah.
And
31, exactly 31.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, so how's 2020 been treating you, man?
It's kind of a mixed feeling because there's a lot of nobody's really performing. It's hard. I couldn't get any. I have connections like booking agents and people. Like I know a lot of people in the industry from playing music so long, and a lot like the management companies and the labels and the people that book tours and stuff. They're not taking on clients, they're not taking on new bands or new projects just because there's nothing go. Like you can't tour, you can't do anything. It's hard to push music. So it's kind of a bummer in that aspect. But in the other aspect of it is that like I've had so much, because I don't have to worry about what's going to happen with the show or the live performance. I can focus on writing and getting the stuff up there and blowing up my social media and working on the marketing. I can focus on the innards so that when the outers come, again, I'll be ready and I'll have kind of that foundation. So like, I think for me, it wasn't as traumatic as it was for a lot of people. I will say that.
I like your terminology.
Yeah.
Inners and outers.
Yeah.
Innards? Did you say innards or inners?
Innards.
Innards.
Yeah.
Well, I know you're a marketing guy, so I guess, this time off has helped in getting kind of working on social media and all that.
Yeah, dude, and it sucks, dude. It's like it sucks in the state. It's so important because I feel like social media kind of almost turns a lot of people away from artists in some ways, because if you see an artist and nobody's buzzing about social media, they have a lot of artists. A lot of times it's like, people don't take that seriously. I don't think it should matter, but at the same time, there's so much more room for independent artists to grow than ever before. So the biggest issue is that before, like when it was happening before, like when you had like the 80s and the 70s, before social media was ever a thing, and you had just kind of trying to get lucky and go out there and perform tours and hope somebody discovered you. Now it's less of a slot machine and more of a vending machine. So if you have the marketing right and you have everything right, you can kind of put in this sort of code and get the exact result you want, versus trying to sit there and throw all your time into this like random crap that you don't know if it's going to work. So So I think I like social media in that aspect because it just the online era, just because it's so much more calculated than it used to be, for sure.
Yeah, it's there's definitely like less of a what if scenario. And like you can look at a band's page and what you're getting in terms of, if you're a venue and you look at a band's page, it's
know how they're gonna you can kind of configure how they're gonna draw in a lot of cases, not all cases. I mean, some bands draw in better areas than other bands. If a band is popular in the Midwest and they get a lot of art and they get a lot of people at their shows in the Midwest, they might not do the same out in California. I've seen like artists that independently look like they're taking off, and you'll go to one of their shows in another part of the country and it's like they've got 5 people sitting there and you're like, wait a second, what happened to these 67,000 Facebook likes they had up here in the Midwest?
Yeah, it's definitely weird. I mean, when you're a regional act, you gotta build your audience up from scratch, basically, for the most part. When you're playing in different places. But what are you looking forward to for next year? Do you think it's all gonna clear up, or?
I still think we got kind of a ways to go. It's definitely gonna improve. We feel
can't get worse.
Yeah, we got people.
Where's the wood?
Is that a wood? Is that a wood wall? Are you sure?
I think it's. Where's
No,
the wood?
You gotta knock on this wood.
This is wood.
This is wood up here.
Knock knock.
But I think
there?
I think it's going in the right direction of getting better for sure. We got people, at the top that are taking it more seriously now. But I still think we have a ways to go. I still think we're about a year away from seeing anything, any big concerts or any type of touring being taken on now. But I think that's good because then for me, I still have time to like keep building, keep growing, and
And recording and all that too.
Yeah, like writing and recording, and actually I just recorded a song not that long ago, so I'll be releasing soon. So
Nice.
excited about that.
You doing singles now, or are you gonna?
Yeah, I'm sticking to as far as right because most of what's happening right now is streaming. So I'm trying to stick to like EPs and singles because they're just easier to promote. There's just from a marketing standpoint.
Oh, yeah.
There's just I'm averaging I think about 6,000 streams a month spread out over my 3-song EP that's out, and then I'll put a single. I have a single I'm actually releasing next week, and so I'm just kind of gonna stick that like just record it as I write it, not try to like do too much.
Yeah.
And just because from a promotional standpoint, it's just a lot less to worry about, more cost effective. Even press, like trying to get a press campaign going for a single is like half of what it is for an album. So
Yeah. Oh yeah. And it's easier to kind of keep track of too. I mean, when you're dealing with longer albums, it's kind of like you got to keep track of all these songs and
yeah,
what's getting done.
yeah.
But
for
I
sure.
mean, it's its own art too, so it's like
I love albums. I love the, having a vinyl or having a CD in my hand with the artwork and having a full concept that you can go through. I love the listening to albums, but I just think strategically from, if you're an independent artist and you're smaller, I just think it helps to start off just doing EPs and records and getting your popularity out that way. And then when you have an audience, then maybe like think about doing an album.
Yeah.
And so that's where I'm at. I'm just kind of in my EP singles phase until I figure out what's going on.
Yeah. Well, out of curiosity, what was your last what's the last show you played? Was it before the pandemic?
That's a good question. I have to think about this for a second.
Yeah, I'm just curious where you were last before.
Oh, you know what? It was it was the matinee actually. The matinee over in Akron right before. Yeah, it was I actually wasn't even supposed to be on that show. What happened was somebody dropped off that show, an opening band, and then the bands that were playing, I was friends with the guys, and they were like, "Hey, like, can you come out here and do this on this day?" And I had like a week's notice or something, and
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, like, let's do it." And yeah, that was probably how long ago was that? That was like, I want to say it was last fall. Like it was a while ago. And then and then I was putting my stuff together and recording stuff, and then all of a sudden everything just kind of you know what I mean?
At the best time possible,
Right, exactly.
So what are some of your favorite venues to play at?
Let's see. Well, Peabody's, rest in peace, rest their soul. Peabody's I have a lot of good memories there. We've opened for a lot of bigger acts there. To the point of where like we got enough popularity to like people asked for autographs because it was like it was cool like to have like girls come to sign my shirt and sign my jeans, and I'm like, you think okay,
Sign my boobies.
yeah, that more of that, but just actually only a couple of those, but yeah, mostly just like clothes. But it was still cool to like to have somebody to have that like fangirl like when you're not even that like big or anything.
Yeah,
it's
interesting because
an
it's like
experience.
you don't expect it, but then it's just
You're like, oh, all right,
It's like, okay,
sweet. Like,
all right.
yeah, I mean, so Peabody's is a good one. The Foundry. The Foundry's awesome. We did some great shows at the Foundry. I can't wait till they open it. And they do emo night at the Foundry. I can't wait till we start doing that again. That would be fun. But I don't think it's coming for like a year. But
I need to go to one of those once it starts back up.
They're fun, dude. That people. Oh, there's so many people, so many girls.
I need to get some guy liner.
There it is. Well, no, I don't think it's that. It's just like,
I need to just go hardcore into
dude,
it.
it's just all it is 25 to 30-year-old dressing normal out of their skinny jeans. Unless you're me and you're still wearing skinny jeans and you're 30. It's fine. Anyways,
green skinny jeans.
yeah, like neon. That's what you got to go with.
Oh yeah.
That's what you got to do.
Ooh.
You can really make a great outfit out of that.
Anything works around green skinny jeans. It's the perfect centerpiece.
It is the perfect centerpiece. I have checkered pants actually.
That's even better. You got a pattern going.
You got the black, and then because you blacken that, any black shirt or white shirt works with it. It's great. It's good. That's a good centerpiece too. I like your thinking. Like you're thinking, Velvet.
Is that leather?
Leather
Is your coat?
Yeah, well, kind of.
I was gonna say thank you, leather.
It's like,
welcome to the Velvet and Leather Comedy Hour.
yeah, I don't know if it's real leather. I'm not really sure, but
Is it straight from the cow?
it was $100. So
100 cows,
maybe
100 cows.
maybe. I didn't spend $100 on it. As long as you, let's be fair, I got a deal on it because the clothing company likes me, so they just gave me a discount. So
Oh yeah, that's like the virtual discount rack kind of thing.
well, so what it was it's like a how do I say it? It's like a I'm gonna be talking brand partnership with them pretty soon. So I was like, yo. And they were like, here's 50% off of this. And I was like, okay. I'll mess with that.
And they match your glasses too.
Yeah, like the glasses. So it's funny, I had the glasses before that. I had the glasses because they're Vans and I love everything Vans and they were red frames. And I was like, sweet, like, you know. And then I bought the red Vans shoes on that I have even before that. And so when I was like, you asked me to do this, I was like, it'd be cool. It was if I had this jacket to go with this stuff. And that's what happened.
Woo!
And now we have an outfit, guys.
The stars aligned.
The stars aligned.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of red stuff. You just add to it.
Once you got a lot of red stuff, you add to it.
You just got to keep going with the red.
2020, Tyler Irby.
Well, you know what though? red's been a controversial color as of late. So
let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Why do you think that?
I'm just gonna tell you for like. Look, listen. I'm just gonna tell you. This is how I'm gonna put it. So, I'm a huge Cincinnati Reds baseball fan, and I retired that hat for 4 years because I just didn't even want to get initially mistaken for what was happening.
Cincinnati Republicans.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. No, thank you.
Oh man.
There's the ones that are funny that'll say like it'll be the redhead. It'll say like make emo great again, or it'll say like I saw one was like, "Oh, made you look, Black Lives Matter, haha." And I'm like, I just don't even want to like.
Yeah.
I don't even want to get initially mistaken.
Well, I mean, they've made a lot of money off that merch.
Yeah.
Like it's nuts. I mean, they've kind of like they've taken that one "Make America Great Again" thing.
Yeah.
And made it into a bunch of different things.
Oh yeah.
They've made so much money.
The marketing on it just has done wonders.
Yeah.
I mean, if nothing good came from that president, it was that marketing, the imagery for Forward on stuff, the comedy, all the comedians who came out of retirement to do stuff. So to make bits about him. So I mean, if everything, it was good for art in a lot of ways, but not good for, people's rights.
Well, I mean, it's like, he's an entertainer and he definitely entertains.
Yeah.
See, here's my question. Why do they call, like, Green Monster, why don't they call it just Black Monster? Because the can's black.
Yeah, but that's the original. It's the original, and it was green.
See, that confuses me.
Well, because I think there is a green one, isn't there? There's a green can?
There's a green can.
It's like apple flavored or something.
Yeah, well, that's what I thought when someone said, "Get me Green Monster." I thought, get green. Get the
green apple.
Yeah, and they got kind of, well, they didn't get mad, but
They're like, this is not what I asked for.
Yeah, well, if I'm getting you the drink, you better be happy with whatever I'm bringing to you because I'm not going back to the liquor store to buy Monster. Sorry,
Go back to the liquor store.
Sorry, there's some repressed memories in there from.
What they probably do sell it, right? Like they sell like what, Red Bull, I would think.
Yeah, well,
or
yeah.
Jaeger bombs.
This was in Denver, and they had a large selection of Monster at the liquor store. It was pretty impressive, actually.
Yeah, I mean, people do mix it, even though it says on the can you're not supposed to mix it with alcohol. But
Yeah.
we're not a species made to survive anything, so
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, that's great that you're working on new stuff during this time and recording and all that marketing stuff. I was gonna ask how's are you still doing photography or videography?
Yeah, so I've kind of taken. I mean, I still do it. You know, I filmed a couple music videos for people. I did the stuff for you. I did the one girl. I did a music video for her. I still do it, and at request, I still will do it, like commissions on the side. It's kind of taking a backseat for now for like music and like my job, but my day job. But like, yeah, I mean, I still do it. I can still edit. I actually just I just rebuilt my PC. What we were talking about for you, I rebuilt my PC for the editing and for the gaming as well. Just changed all the components so I can have an easier time doing that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How much RAM?
8 gigs. 8 gig sticks, so 16 gigs total. 2 sticks. I put in an overclock on my processor too. I changed out I changed out all the RAM, the processor, and the motherboard, so that I could have like faster speeds. I added a solid state drive too, so everything's gonna boot up in no time.
Yeah, that's the best. You can just boot up.
Yeah,
and get going.
Put like $500 into it like months ago when the pandemic started, but whatever, it's fine. It's built now. It's all good. Lights up. It's all pretty when you
Ooh, it's like a Christmas
when you
tree.
turn it on. It is. It's like a It is like a Christmas tree. Yeah. It's perfect description for it.
Oh, Christmas modem.
Oh
my God.
Christmas fan.
I'm running out of material, man.
Yeah, I know. It's fine though. I could tell. We started talking about Trumpy Bear. I was like, I don't know where he's gonna go with this.
I don't know. This week has taught me something, Tyler.
What's that?
It's not. Gotta crack a couple eggs to make an omelet.
It's not about the size of the dog and the fight. It's about the size of the fight and the dog.
It's about size of dogs fighting. What?
There it is.
Wow. Well, I have one more question for you, sir.
Sure.
So, what tips would you give to any musicians just starting out, or any players just beginning?
So my biggest problem when I started like trying to do things independently, there's a lot of scammers out there. And lots of scammers. I mean, people that'll tell you that they can get you Spotify streams. People that'll tell you they'll put you on their playlist and like whatever, and you'll blow up, and or put you on their SoundCloud playlist, or give you YouTube views, or give you followers, or And there's a good way to do those things yourself. One, without paying for it, and two, 9 times out of 10, those are scammers. So they're just throwing bots at you. And so I would say just be careful for like the scammers. If you do want to, if you have questions about marketing or you don't know how to market, either take some courses or get with an actual marketing agency that does that instead of, don't click on an ad or go to a company that does Spotify playlisting. It's crap. It's not real. So that would be the biggest advice. Just be careful about the scammers, because you don't want to ruin your social media engagement by putting out bots. That puts points in the negative tally in those social media aspects and how much you reach because you're getting those bots.
Yeah.
People will tell you, I've never gotten banned. Well, no, but trust me, you're shadow banned. Promise you.
Well, and also it's kind of like, it's like being banned without knowing you're banned.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. That's what shadow banning is. It's like you don't think you're banned because your page is still up, but when you click, when you go to post something, or you go to, engage, or you try to search somebody tries to search you, they don't find you because they're punishing you for making a mockery of their platform with the bots.
Mark Zuckerberg, man.
Oh yeah, no, don't get me started about that guy. He has ruined Instagram. Ruined it.
Oh, dude.
Right? Ruined streaming on Facebook.
Let's
Let's talk about it for a second.
He ruined it.
Mark Zuckerberg. Yeah, what was that about? Like people are it was like he wasn't making money off the streaming on his platform, so he decided that like, oh, well, cuz I'm not making money, you can't either. Sorry, cuz like streaming is a free service that Facebook offers with videos, you know what I mean? It's not anything. So musicians were doing it. That's what gets the most reach. That's what Facebook wants to promote, and that's why videos and streaming gets the most reach.
Yeah.
And then he came out and was like, "Oh, no, I don't want musicians doing that." Because people were making money off the virtual tip jars from the streaming because nobody was performing. And for him to do that right in the middle of the pandemic was just such a such a dick move, dude. Like, what are you doing? Come on.
Well, also, he makes most of the money off sponsorships.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, that's what Tom did too when MySpace happened. It was all ads. It was all just people big companies that wanted to advertise, and it was always free to the user. There was no weird reach problem or like that you have on Facebook. Now I don't know what that's about. On Instagram, it's like they're always trying to cut your reach so you'll run ads. Like everything is driving towards self-service ads from like normal people. I don't know what that's about.
Yeah, it's really weird because it's like,
even if you don't have even if you're just a regular person, you're just doing it for fun. Like you make an Instagram or a Twitter and it's just for you to keep in contact with your friends, and then you try to post something and nobody sees it. You're like, well, I don't have anything to promote. Why do I want to pay to promote this post?
It's so weird.
It's but everything is driven towards normal. Like even Hulu just opened up a self-service ad platform because everybody's watching Hulu. And Gary Vaynerchuk actually predicted that would happen last year. That guy's a marketing guru. That guy's a genius.
Well, thanks for coming in, Tyler.
Yeah, excellent, dude. It was fun. Lots of fun.
Where can they check you out at?
Oh yeah, so you guys can you can check me out at you can Google me. So I pop up on Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon Music, because I didn't know that was a thing, but that's a thing. So Amazon Music, YouTube, yeah, just anywhere. I'm on all the social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I'm on all that too. So if you guys want to send a message my way, that's cool too. Like get lonely, please send me a message. No, but but yeah, no, I'm on all of that. So if you guys want to check me out on all those platforms, just search Earthling XO.
Well, you can also find me on Instagram at Davey_Squires, and on Facebook, Davey Squires Music. And you can check me out at my website, dsquires.com.
Oh,
what? And yeah, that's where you can find all the past episodes. And you can't find my nudes there. That webpage is not up yet. It's probably going to be password blocked if I do ever put it up.
You gotta give me the password.
You gotta get a password. It's my OnlyFans account, but it's just, that's not a bad idea, actually.
That's my OnlyFans account. It's just me eating bacon.
It's just me eating a bowl of cereal every morning.
Me flexing with all the bags of gummy worms I just bought.
Big flex, man.
And I'm gonna pay all my contractors in gummy worms.
Big flex 5. That's it for this episode. Thank you guys for listening, and I will catch you on the next episode.